Alrighty. Alright, so if you have, any kind of questions, just feel free to ask during, at any point in time during the lesson here. I will be going down through a list of things, so like if you ask, like, hey, how do I skeet? We cover that at the end of the lesson there. I try to keep everything in order so that I try to, cover everything as possible. I don't accidentally forget anything, right?
Okay.
Alrighty then. Alright, so the first thing I like to start off with is tank gameplay. So, if you haven't already, you're probably going to want to lower your in-game sound or volume something really low so you can hear me on mumble while the tank is spawned up. It likes to make a lot of noise.
I'm ready.
Alright, so the first thing I like to cover is speed climbing. Are you familiar with speed climbing?
Yes.
Alright, do you want me to go over it or shall we skip over it?
I don't know if there's anything more to it. You just jump on it, climb up. Is there anything you want to note?
Well, I mean, speed climbing, it's different from regular climbing. And you know how to do the speed climber then, right?
Up ladders, yeah.
Alright then, so then we can skip over that then, right?
Okay.
Alright, the next thing is getting consistent jump rocks. How are you with jump rocks?
50-50.
Alright, well, let's see if
I
we
can
mess
do it
around
half
with
time.
that.
Okay.
Alright, so jump rocks are, they're actually a sequence rather than a combo. If you press both buttons at the exact same time, it'll just kind of null itself out and you'll probably just jump or rock, one of the two. So you actually have to press the rock button first, followed by the space bar, but you have to do them in quick succession. No, not haymakers, that's later. Ping seems to be a bit high. I'm wondering if it's on my end.
I'm unsure.
Yeah, let's try it over here. So let's try and give you something to jump off of. So come over here really quick. And just try and do a jump rock off of this thing. Remember, you gotta press the rock button first. Very nice.
Oops.
Oh, wrong way.
It's a misclick.
Alright, very nice. Alright, so let's do one more here really quick. Very nice. Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to come over here, and I want you to speed climb up and just do like 3 jump rocks off of that.
I'm speed climbing though, right?
Yeah, you are. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're in first person. You don't really notice the difference in first person.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. But rock first.
I swear I'm doing it. I don't know how this differs from the other one.
You're timing it. you're probably timing it different because I don't know,
The
maybe
ping's better.
the slants might be throwing you off because there is nothing different. Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Oh, just when I thought I had the hang of it.
That alright?
I can practice it more on my own time.
Alrighty. But yeah, it looks like you got the idea pretty much. Alright. So the next thing we're going to be covering here is haymakers. You're familiar with haymakers?
Yeah. Is that
Right.
allowed in Pro Mod?
No, in Confago it's completely disabled. So I mean, we don't have to go over it, but I like to give it out just in case people don't know about it. So we can skip over it if you're familiar with it.
I was practicing the other day, I figured it out.
Yeah, you just press mouse 1 and mouse 2 at the exact same time. That's all there is to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I
there's
had
no
to punch
sequence.
a little sooner.
No,
Okay.
it's the exact same time, pretty much. Although I'm
It's
fairly
very
new to
basic.
it. The jumping haymaker, though, it's very similar to the jump rock. You have to do haymaker and then spacebar.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see if you can at least get one jumping haymaker in there.
Sorry, say it again. How do I do the jump haymaker?
It's haymaker and then spacebar. So think of it like a jump rock.
Okay.
Yeah, think of it like a jump rock, but it's haymaker and spacebar.
Does it help to run? Like get a running start or no?
No, it doesn't. You can do it standing still.
Okay, there's a little
You
delay.
got a jump rock.
Got it.
But yeah, this powerful combination here is disabled in Pro Mod or any other servers that have it disabled.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, now, before we move on, though, I do have to give you a little speech here about the jump rocks. Is a lot of people
Sure.
will actually overuse them. A good example of using a jump rock poorly is, let's say, for example, I am cornering a survivor here by these hedges. And I come in here and do my jump rock. He's able to go behind me by the time that the rock is finishing, in which then I'm going to have to punch him, and he's going to go flying away from me. Sometimes it's much better to just keep chasing the survivor, corner him, and then obviously change targets once he goes down. Another thing is you don't always have to jump rock off of objects. Let's say, for example, that a survivor is going to be coming into this doorway. If I jump rock off of this, he's going to be able to get into that doorway. So sometimes it's just better just to drop off and punch.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Any questions on that?
No.
Alright then. What we're going to be covering here is hitables. So, the first thing I'm going to be covering here is smaller hitables. Basically, these are props that are littered around the map. Smaller hitables are, just as you can see here, these little tables and these chairs that we have here. Now, the thing is, though, you need to differentiate between useful and non-useful hitables. The non-useful hitables are client-side props, meaning that they have no collision where you can move them. So you see this chair here that I'm walking over? As you see, it moves if I shoot it or shove it or something like that, but it has no collision, so it's completely useless. But this round table, however, this round table moves, and it has collision. So this is the type of hittable that we're looking for. And yeah, these hittables are literally all over the map, etc. Trash bins, barrels, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and set them up here. Give me 1 sec. Alright. Okay, so the proper way to use these smaller hitables is to punch them while running. If at any point in time you stop, like this, to punch them, you are hurting yourself dramatically. You want to do a run and punch, so you have to time your punch as you arrive at the hittable so that you never stop and screwed up these damn white boxes.
Gotcha.
Disable them, but go ahead and give it a go.
Oh, okay. I did it wrong.
Boxes. Alright, go. Very nice. Alright, one more. Alrighty. Alright, so if you look at their health right now, you can see that they're missing, you know, very, very little health. Like what, maybe 5 points of health off of each of them? So these aren't really used to really damage survivors, but really to slow them down or even block their path. While these props are running through the survivors, they cannot move for the duration that it's moving through them. So that's an extra 10th of a second they're able to catch up to them from a longer range. Also, if you get them stuck in it, they won't be able to move until they're teleported out.
Can a table like that clear a jockey off of them or anything?
I don't think it'll clear any SI off of them. Unless, I mean, I know the SI will take damage from it. So unless they get, damaged enough to die from it, it won't clear them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, ready. Let's move on to the move on to these bigger props here. Alright. So here we have a nice sedan with missing windows. How are you with hitting props in general?
I know if you crouch, it goes straight. If you aim higher, it flies higher.
Alright. Alright, so then you know pretty much the basics here. So, just to give you a rundown, if you want the most control out of your hittable, you're obviously going to want to crouch and you're going to want to hit the very center here. As you see, you get a lot of control, but also it's also very slow.
Gotcha.
The next thing we're going to cover here is called a helicopter prop. Now, the farther you go from the center and hit it, the faster and more sporadic it'll go. Yep.
Okay.
So helicopter blades, etc. Alright, so give
goes
it
a lot faster than the middle punch, doesn't it?
Yes, and it covers more ground. Oh, damn game. Let me go ahead and move these props out of the way really quick. Alright.
Do I also need the running punch with the larger props?
Running punch? No, you don't. Although it is beneficial. If you can master a running punch, you save on a lot of times right here. You see, I'm able to do the running punch, and it saves on a lot of time, and it can catch survivors off guard.
But you wouldn't take damage if you were to punch it head on?
You don't take damage in Pro Mod, they fixed that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Alright, so let me see a helicopter prop here really quick.
Oh.
Yeah, helicopter. So yeah, it's pretty simple to do, but very devastating and very quick. Get this out of the way here. Alright. The next thing here we're going to be covering is how to hit hittables upward, or an alternative to hit hittables upward, pretty much here. So I gotta spawn a car where you're standing. Alright, so here we have a car. Now, most people will probably do this. You see right here, they'll crouch right behind it, aim up. But since the thing is, if you look right behind it, there's barely any room for it to move. So obviously what it's going to do is just going to fly straight up, but it's going to come straight down because it has no forward momentum. Oh wow, I wasn't supposed to make it up. Damn. Let me try that again.
Were you
Why
looking
is it
straight
making
up?
over? It never makes it over.
Huh.
But alright, well, it's not supposed to make it over. I hate when I demonstrate these things and it actually works, but an alternative way to hit these hitables is to actually be standing on the prop and looking straight down, as far down as your mouse lets you, and then punching. As you can see, it goes so high up that it hits the skybox.
Nice. Were you
Very
crouching?
nice. No, crouching actually makes it worse.
Okay.
One more time. Alright, very nice. Now, the farther you are from the center, the more speed you will get out of it. So if you're at the very center,
Okay.
you'll get very little speed, etc. Alright. So any questions on that?
Is there any way to control a car when you're... Say you want it to go straight and fast. Can you run at it and like punch downward? Will it go faster than
It'll
if
make
you were
it
to
bounce.
punch? It'll make it bounce.
Yeah, if you punch downwards, as you see here, and I go ahead and try and do it. So if I go at it and punch downward, it bounces.
Okay. And you don't want it to bounce?
No.
You want to crouch most of the
yeah.
time for control?
I think the most I could probably suggest is you try and jump into it, maybe, I don't know, but even then, I don't recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to the last part here with the hittable. Alright, this one is called the back punch. So, I don't know if you've ever seen anyone do it before, but it's basically
No.
where you hit the prop from the direction that you're hitting it into. So let me show you here what it looks like.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. This allows you to hit the prop in any direction, from any direction. And the same physics apply to it. So if I want a helicopter prop, I hit it from the side.
Are you just spinning around quickly to get that effect?
Essentially, yes. Basically what you're gonna do... Give me a sec. Yeah, essentially what you're gonna do is you need to aim at the prop for the initial click of your mouse. Once you've done the initial click, you aim away before your punch ends.
Gotcha.
Alright, so give it a go. Very nice. Let me see a helicopter. Very nice. So yeah, this is incredibly useful and it works on all props. And it works on survivors, which I will be covering after this here. Alright. Now, again, like I said, all physics apply the same if you do this back punch. So if I want to, I can hit this prop onto the rooftop behind me by coming at it from this direction. Just by aiming upward.
Nice.
So give it a try. There, you have to aim upward. A bit higher.
Okay.
You didn't turn in time. Actually, no, I think you...
Where'd
I
you
don't
go?
think you were close enough. One thing to note is if you punch it from too far away, like if you do the initial punch too far away, it won't back punch.
Are you looking up when you click or when you look away? Or both?
When you click. And both.
Oh.
You need to get closer. There you go. So you gotta make sure not to click too early. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, damn. I thought I was gonna make it over.
Too high?
Yeah, you're aiming too high, I would say. Weren't
Not
close
turning
enough.
fast enough.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice.
Too high.
We're close enough. Don't try and aim too high. If you want, just aim like at slightly above the hood of the car.
Okay.
There you go. Very nice. Alrighty. I think we're okay there. We're getting too many cars.
Yeah.
Alright, so any questions on that?
No, thank you.
Alright. Let me get these cars out of the way here. Ow! Alright. So we're going to be moving on to the next part here, which is Cleaving. It's basically a form of multi-hitting here. Let me go ahead and set them up. Do you know what Cleaving is?
It's like splash damage, right? Throwing your armor on your body.
Yes, basically. Let me see if you can do it consistently here. Alright.
Do you spin 360 degrees when you punch?
It doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
Basically, you're allowed to attack in 2 different points. So you're allowed to hit the initial part where you aim, and you're allowed to hit the secondary part where you finish your aim.
Okay.
Alright? And if you do this very closely, you can get, multiple hits around you. But you can do a full 180 degrees here. So you can see I'll be able to hit Coach and Rochelle at the exact same time with a single punch. Alright, and go ahead and give it a try. If you only hit Coach, you're doing it too slowly. If you only hit Rochelle, you did it too fast. Very nice. You're very funny, Vassal. Alright, looks like you
It's
got
very
that
useful.
down. Yeah. Especially when you're being burgered. I would see so many times that like a tank is being burgered, and he's only able to punch one tank or one survivor at a time while the other 3 are still hitting him. Yeah, that tank dies pretty quick. Alright. Any questions on Cleaving?
If Nick was here, could I hit all 3 or just the 2 points?
You could probably hit all 3, but let me see if I can try and set it up. This is gonna be kind of hard. Let's see, where can I put Nick?
Like right here. Maybe.
Oh, wait. Right there, yeah, that's the same general line, but let me see if I can do a 3, like all around gun. Let's see, how would I do this? Let's see.
Okay.
Nah, it's really only just 2 points. If he was right here, I would be able to hit him. But since he's right here, this is like 3 different points.
If he was in the same point, gotcha.
Yeah. Alright. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Alright then. Alright, so the next part we're going to be covering here is basic B-hopping as the tank, which is also useful for the survivors. So let me go ahead and spawn up the car. Alright. Basic B-hopping is you're not doing any swaying, you're not gaining any speed, you're just spacebar and spacebar. You're just trying to time the B-hop. Now, this is very useful as the tank. Not as useful for the survivors, but does make a huge difference though when you do master it. Is basically, I'm sure you notice when you spacebar and land on a prop or something that's elevated or de-elevated as the tank, you slow down, correct?
Yeah.
You can avoid this slowdown, and mind you can do this on Confago servers. You can avoid this slowdown by doing a simple B-hop here. So let me see if I can do it across here in one try. There we go. You see no slowdown during the entire jump. So go ahead and give it a try. If you want, you can try and hold crouch. It's entirely up to you. Doesn't make a difference.
So just spamming jump at the right time?
Well, not spamming it. It's not going to make a difference whether you spam it or not.
We'll click
You
it
just
once
have
you land.
Yeah, you have to get it.
There's no pressing left or right or swaying.
Nope. Just spacebar. Very nice. quickly, Vessel. Vote up some epic music. Very nice. So I take it
You said it
familiar
wasn't useful for the survivors?
No, it is, but it's not as useful. Let me get
Okay.
on the stories here. The survivors, they have slowdown too when they jump on their props, so let me show you here. They have a little bit of slowdown, as you can see there. It's very, very small, though, compared to the tank, but if you can master it, you can get away from SI and tanks much, much easier.
Okay.
Alright. And just tell me when you're ready to move on.
I can practice it later.
Alright.
Thank
Now,
you.
thing to keep in mind, though, is a lot of these things that require timing, like jump rocks, haymakers, and b-hopping, are harder
Right.
on the pro mod servers because of 60 tick.
Okay.
Alright. So let me go ahead and switch back over here.
Is there a pro mod server to practice these things with 60 tick?
I'm not sure. Zen set up something a long time ago, but I'm not sure if it's still available. You'd have to ask Zen Digital.
Okay.
Alrighty. So we're going to be moving on here. The next thing I'm going to be covering here is hitbox rocks. How are you with hitting hitboxes with rocks?
I think I'm decent.
Alright, I mean, is that something you want to go over, or shall we skip over that?
In pro mod you can hit R, right? Is that an overhand or is that a double overhand?
Oh god, I don't know. I use my own script to select the rocks.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I mean, we'll go over the rocks there. So let me set up the survivors here to hitbox really quick.
Okay.
Just for demonstrative purposes anyways. Hello there, Tidwin. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is rock hitboxing. Basically, there's a large area around the survivors that registers rock hitboxes. So what I want you to do is I want you to stand here really quick and see where the rocks are landing for these hitboxes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's really huge, ain't it?
Makes a lot of sense now when I get hit with a rock. I don't understand why.
I know, right? Unfortunately, I think I spawned them a little too far in.
Coach is
Go
at a
bit
good
farther.
position.
Yeah, just aim for Coach.
It's like a whole person length away.
Yeah, and alright. Alright, so come up here and give it a try.
Okay.
If you want, you can step down just for this, you know, little test here. It's a bit easier to see where you're throwing the rocks. Normally, you would want to drop down there during an actual game.
Okay.
Very nice. Alright, let's get one more. Very nice. Alright. Let's move on over here really quick now. Rock hitboxing works also above the survivors here. Which, I mean, you already know it, but I want to demonstrate here that crouching doesn't make a difference, so let me show you. So you see here that the bots are all crouching. What this is to demonstrate is that crouching does not make your hitbox any smaller. You can still be hitbox just the same.
Wow.
Yep. So if you can be hitbox standing, then you can be hitbox crouching. Crouching really only serves to throw off newer tanks. Newer tanks will try and aim lower and then end up screwing up because they hit, you know, the wall or
Right.
something. But veteran tanks will be like, look at this scrub crouching, I'm gonna hitbox him, and then you're like, oh my god.
These underhands are difficult.
Takes some getting used to. You gotta throw it slightly above the wall for this. Very nice. Let's try to get one more. Very nice. Alright. So let's go ahead and move on here. So any questions about rock hitboxing?
If you jump, does it increase your hitbox size?
I mean, I don't know if like it increases it, but if you jump, you're gonna have a larger area around you that you can hit hitbox with.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. So let's move on to curve rocking. How are you with curve rocking?
Very little practice. Maybe like an hour.
Alright. Well, then you're gonna love this because I cover 4 kind of skill levels of curve rocking here. Let me set these up. Alright. Before we start, let's go over the 3 different types of rocks here. Each rock can be determined the exact second that you pick them up. Now in Pro Mod, you have the ability to choose your rocks now, so this isn't really much of a concern. But I like to be able to go over them anyways, because here you can't really choose your rocks. So, there's the two-handed overhand, the one-handed overhand, and the underhand. The underhand is grabbed with both arms at the exact same time in a vertical manner, and it is kept below the waist. The two-handed overhand is grabbed with both hands in a horizontal manner, and then kept over the head. The one-handed overhand is grabbed with one hand first, and then a second hand comes in to grab it afterwards. And then it's held up, kind of like playing with a basketball. You're using one hand to guide and one hand to hold.
Right.
Right. For curve rocking, the one-handed overhand is the best rock to curve. The underhand is a bit more tricky, and the two-handed rock is very, very difficult to curve rock, which I don't go over how to curve rock those anymore since it's pretty difficult and pointless at the moment.
Okay.
Right. Right. Let's go ahead and get on up here. So we're going to be doing the simplest of curve rocking here. The timing for a curve rock is you want to go with your tank's animation. So you see, with each rock, he reaches a peak in his animation where he starts moving forward. As you see here, he pulls back, and then there's a peak, and that's when he starts to move his arms forward. He's getting that forward momentum. And you want to start curve rocking right when you see that peak. For here, you're going to aim straight down. Although it looks like the survivors are hiding. Oh no, I hit them. I think Nick is God-framed, but yeah, go ahead and go do that.
Do I have to stand on the edge or like a foot away?
You can be pretty close. Although, yeah, I think, yeah, that's a pretty good spot. There, straight down. Very nice.
Be okay.
Very nice. Alright, let's get 2 more. Oh, that one hit. I don't know why it did though. Looks like we're getting some draft packets at the moment. Very nice. Alright.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next part of curve rocking here. Alright, so here with curve rocking, it's going to be a bit more difficult, the timing. So there are 2 things I can suggest. Is either one, you do it the kind of like the lazy way, where you just aim straight forward, and then once you need to curve the rock, you churn. this is, this is ideal for the one-handed rock, but the underhand rock, it's not very ideal because the underhand rock, you actually have to wait to the very last frame of the rock to curve it. No, I curved that one too far in. But yeah,
curve.
I know, right? The underhand rock. So what I suggest with the underhand rock is you actually are gonna look away from the target and then aim at them. It is not necessary to do this, but it is recommended for the underhand rock. So you see here, I'm aiming at the restrooms, then aiming at him. Well, I wish I could get an underhand rock here. There you go. So aim at the restrooms, then aim at the survivors. It's just a lot more safer to aim away when using the underhand rock.
Am I too close to this building?
Nope.
I can be right up against it?
Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Go ahead and give you some targets really quick.
I'm dead. You, but you better get up.
Oh, you clicked too soon?
Yeah.
I saw that. Remember, you always want to try and aim slightly past your target with the curve rocks.
Okay.
Very nice. And then just tell me when you're ready to move on to the next part of curve rocking.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Alright then. Let me go ahead and get myself the tank here. So we get the props. Odd. Alright, so what this is going to cover here is curving one-handed rocks and underhand rocks over chest-high props. So, the one-handed rock and the underhand rock come from a very low point of the tank. As you can see here with this one-handed rock, I can't get it over this chest-high prop even though it's overhand. It's because it comes from my chest. The two-handed rock can make it over just fine. So what you want to do to curve rock during this instance here is you actually want to do a complete 360. So as you see here, aim at the survivors, aim away, and then when I curve, turn back at them.
Huh.
Almost, but you gotta aim higher. Higher.
I'm just throwing away the overhand.
Well, that was a one-handed. Very nice. I'll try and hit them. Nice!
Come on your feet.
These two hands, man.
Right?
I've once gotten 17 of those in a row.
Wow. No, I wasn't even ready for that one.
I noticed. No! Alright. Then just tell me when you're ready to move on to the last part of the curve bracket here.
Okay, let me get 2 more.
Alright.
Didn't spin around enough.
Do you, what's your FPS at right now?
200.
Alright.
Jeez.
Yeah, as soon as you notice that you have the one hand or the underhand, you have to be turning around, because by the time you realize it's over your head, you can't do the curve rack anymore.
You don't have to do this one very often, do you?
No, not especially not since you can actually choose your rocks now. The reason I found this useful is because, are you familiar with Parish Map 4 with the pool table room?
Yes.
Basically what happened during one of those instances, and that's actually one of the reasons I teach B-hopping for the tank, is to B-hop across those pool tables really easily. But I jump rocked in, and I landed in front of a pool table, and I couldn't curve my underhand rock over the pool table because it blew up in my face. I didn't know how to curve rock it.
Gotcha.
So this is so this isn't like very valuable, but I mean it's good to know.
Definitely.
The next one after this is a bit more ludicrous. Almost.
I got the hang of it, I just need to practice some more. Do that
Yeah.
on my own time.
Well, like I said, if you want to move on, just let me know.
Yeah, we can move on.
Alright. Then let me go ahead and set up the survivors in here.
Okay.
Alright. So for this next part here, I'm actually going to have you kill off your tank. So you type killing console or just switch teams really quick. And switch back over. Let me... Damn it. Oh god, what am I doing? There you go. Oh no. Alright, so go back to the infected here. Alright, so I'm gonna spawn myself as a tank. Tell me when you're in first person mode on my tank.
I'm in first person.
Alright, so what I'm gonna be covering here is to curve one-handed rocks and underhand rocks underneath you and into like a tunnel or something. So basically I'm gonna be curving from right here underneath into the survivors.
Okay.
So the trick here is, one, you want to be aiming slanted downward here, as you can see. Kind of using like this little puddle here as an example. So I'm going to be slanted down, and when you're curving the rock, you need to do somewhat of a crescent shape around your tank. At no point in time do you ever want to look straight down, so as I'm doing here. If you look straight down, the rock will go straight down. So you have to do a crescent shape around the tank. Alright,
Okay.
just going to go ahead and give it a go.
Well, that's amazing.
it's very useful if you play Coldstream on map 2 with the tank. Actually, that's
I
how
haven't played that one yet.
Yeah. It has a tunnel there where you get a tank always. And I actually discovered this by accident. I was just waiting for my SI to respawn. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start chucking rocks randomly. There's nothing else I can do anyways. And I ended up curve rocking on somebody underneath me that was trying to or trying to chip me. Alright, so tell me when you're ready to give it a go.
I'll try it.
Alright. So you want to be on the edge?
That good?
Yep.
Seems difficult.
It looks like you're aiming straight down. Let me spectate you.
I could go from that, Brad.
Alright. These rocks, though. Too soon. Almost. Oh wait, no, you got her. Hello? I think I lost KevSham. Well, in this instance, I will be blaming none other than Basil. And Time Warner Cable. Alright, so in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and, let's see. Get in here as coach.
This shit'll help. Make sure you use this now. Take it.
So we'll be waiting on KevSham to rejoin here, or at least contact me in some way, shape, or form.
I got misery in my bones.
So in the meantime, any of you guys, how are you guys doing? Oh, look at that tank.
Weapons here.
It was thinking it was going to hit me. Silly tank.
Got it. Hunter. Reloading. Hunter. Got a hunter. Got a hunter.
Well,
Hunter.
these bots are so stupid.
Hunter.
Oh, aim too high.
Hunter.
I'm being juked by these hunters, these bot hunters. They're thinking they're gonna be pouncing higher, but they're not.
Hunter. Hunter.
That is easy.
Grabbing the machine gun.
I wish that these hunters would pounce faster. They pounce very slow. Alright, still waiting for KevSham to come on here. but it looks like he might be done and out here. He still hasn't came back onto Steam. Alright, so I'm gonna give him about one more minute here.
Reloading. Reloading. Got a hunter. Reloading. Hunter. Reloading.
The fuck, bot? Well then,
Sorry
welcome
about
back.
that. My internet crashed.
Reloading.
No, it's fine. I'm still waiting for you.
Cotton candy. King of food.
Yeah, do you still have the IP?
I don't. Actually, I made in my copy and paste.
Alright. So yeah, right before you disconnected, by the way, you landed your curve rock on our shell.
Did I really?
Yes. I was like, oh, what happened? Because like the rock disappeared. I actually said on stream, you almost got it, and then I saw on the top left, KevSham hit your shell. I was like, oh, you got it. Then I just see you standing there, you're not moving. I was like, I wonder if he's in awe that he got it.
Ammo up.
Alright, so just tell me when you're joining so I can clear console.
Reloading. Reloading. Got a hunter.
Alright, let me clear console, make sure
I'm
your
in.
IP doesn't show up. Alright, we're good. Welcome back, KevSham. Alright, do you want to continue the curve rocks, or do you want to move on?
Let me try a couple more. I didn't get the hang of it.
Alright. Gonna have to probably move somebody closer to a shot really quick. You're kind of in the wrong spot here. Yeah, but you're also lagging a bit. I don't know if that's related to... I think it might be related to me, though. You need to put the circle a bit tighter around you, and you need to be aiming kind of like past them, severely past them.
Do you see anything from my movements that I'm doing wrong?
Yeah, alright. You need to tighten the circle around you. You're too wide. Oh, sorry. I was talking into the wrong button. I like telling you what you need to fix, and I'm talking to the wrong button. Yeah, your circle around you, it's way too wide. You need to be a bit closer or tighter, and you need to be aiming slightly farther past them. You don't want to stop like right behind you. You want to aim past them, kind of like. Let me see if I can show the hunter here really quick. You kind of want to be aiming right about here where I'm at, somewhere around here.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh. Oops.
Too late. Much sooner. Moderately. Hello there, Hitbox. Haven't seen you in a while. Too soon. And too high.
Can you do it with overhand?
You can do it with one-handed rocks and underhand rocks. Not two-handed, though. You're aiming way too high. You need to keep your aim low. like towards
Uh,
by the puddle.
But I can't do it with the 2 overhand, right?
No, only the one hand overhand.
Okay, I was just throwing those ones aside.
Yeah, very nice. So how have you been, Hiblaco? Such
Getting overhand.
rocks. Very nice. Alright, just tell me when you're ready to move on.
I've got the hang of it. Just need more underhand.
Aim low, you need to aim low. You're aiming too far away. Wow, PvP, eh? I don't know how I feel about that, Hiblaco. Considering that you're doing Vista Pandaria PvP, when everyone knows that Burning Crusade PvP was the best. These two-handed rocks.
Yeah. Might need that at the script. Oh shoot,
Well,
that was the one-handed.
The script is only for Promod, though.
Okay.
Lich King? You serious? Okay, I loved Lich King Protection Warrior PvP, but come on now. Burning Crusade worse than Lich King in PvP. You almost got it. Remember, you need to start curve rocking when you see your peak animation with your tank.
Okay.
Although it probably doesn't help that you're probably getting lost packets of some sort. Almost.
Come on now, walk that shit out.
I can practice more on my own. We can move on.
Alright. But yeah, like, you know, as I said, it's not very useful, but, again, good to have. Alright, so let us move on to the next SI. Before we move on, though, to the next SI, do you have any kind of questions about the tank, like how to deal with slowdown, how to catch a survivor, punch timing, etc.?
Not right now. I'll get back to you if I do.
Alright then, so let's go ahead and move on to the next SI, the Hunter. Do you know how to silent wall pounce, or some people call it wall kicking?
Yeah.
Alright, do you know how to Kai pounce, pouncing along a single wall?
No, not very well.
Alright, let's see if we can go with that. So go ahead and kill off your tank. You know, they said that Cataclysm was supposed to feel like the Burning Crusade. You know what they did? They nerfed heroics and everything because people couldn't handle it. Alright, so I'm going to be the Hunter here now. I'm going to show you the bouncing here, so go ahead and spectate me in first person.
Okay.
Alright, so the trick here, so I'm going to do the backwards one. This is very simple. So I'm going to be aiming straight up, and then I'm going to move my cursor away from the wall. I got to find the sweet spot. If I aim too far away, I'll pounce too far away from the wall and be able to do it. If I aim too high up, I won't be pouncing away from the wall. Now I want to be holding the S key, so it'll be pushing me back into the wall. And then just keep pressing, you know, the lunge key.
Okay.
You don't have to move your mouse once you find the sweet spot. You just have to find the sweet spot. Okay. The next one here, this one, same idea. You're going to be holding A and S here, though. And you're going to be aiming slightly away from the wall. Ready? Ready to give it a try?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, you gotta hold the S key.
Uh,
Oh, well then you're not aiming far enough away then. Very nice. Oh, you pounced over the fence. Very nice.
Cool.
Alright, try the vertical one, but you want to move away from the sign though. This sign will fuck you up. So do it like far back against the wall.
You said A and S instead of A and W?
Yep. And S. Almost. Alright, so here, try aiming right about here. This is like the sweet spot here for this. There you go.
Nice.
Yep. Very nice.
Thank you.
So any questions there on kite bouncing?
No, good advice.
Alrighty. Alright, so just tell me when ready to move on.
I'm ready.
Alright then. So the next test I'm going to cover here is the boomer. How are you with getting long range booms?
Not very good.
Did you say not very good?
Correct.
Alright then, so let's go over that. So let's kill off our hunters. Let me set up, let me set this shit up here really quick. Gotta remove these dumpsters.
Does vomit travel further if you're pointing down versus up?
It travels.
Or is it always the same?
It travels the exact same range no matter how you aim it, but
Okay.
it can reach farther if you aim higher.
So it arcs?
Yes. So I'll show you here in a
Okay.
sec.
Seriously hurts.
Where's my van?
Come on now, put it behind you. You good? You good?
There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna spawn up as the boomer. Spectate me in first person. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Alright. So here I have Coach. I want to vomit on Coach. If I aim straight at him, as you can see, I'm not able to get him. Alright, but if I aim up,
Right.
I'm able to hit him.
Okay.
The reason being, so watch my mouse here. The vomit curves, and then it reaches a peak, and it starts to fall down.
Gotcha.
Alright? That's how vomit basically works here. So I'm gonna spawn you up and give it a try. Very nice. No, mean kitty, I don't want to vomit on you. Alright. So let's get to vomiting. Oh, it's not very nice. Let's get to vomiting over here behind props. So, the trick to vomiting behind props is to pretend that the prop isn't actually there. The prop is acting as a wall for you, but you don't use it to determine where you need to stand to vomit. So, for this van here, I'm going to be standing right here. I'm going to pretend the van isn't here, and I'm just going to vomit naturally. Alright? We'll give it a
So
go.
are you aiming right at the top of the van or right over the van?
Ooh, slightly over the van. A bit higher. There you go.
Okay.
So,
I
yeah.
got it.
Now, here's the thing that confuses people. So, I'm gonna move the van here really quick. Alright, now try and vomit on them. Alright, looks like you got it. So yeah, you want to pretend that the van isn't there. So, let's say if I remove this van, I'd still be vomiting on them from this exact same spot if I remove this van here.
Gotta adjust the arc.
Yep, just adjust the arc. And that brings me to another point here, so let me go ahead and remove this van here. Is a lot of people, when they hear a boomer, their first instinct is to run forward, or I mean run away from the boom. And this actually gets you boomed on it a lot of the times. Are you familiar with Map 2 Parish? When you run out, there's a van right outside the safe room?
Yes.
A lot of boomers like to spawn behind that and vomit. And everyone's instinct there is to run away from the boomer back into the safe room. And they end up getting vomited on because they're moving into the vomit. So right here, I'm going to vomit on the survivors. As you see, I'm able to get... See, I'm trying to see where's
Everyone
the
but
person?
Ellis. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, everyone but Ellis. Because Ellis did the smart thing. He hugged the van. So I can't hit him. If I wanted to hit Ellis, I'd have to move really far back here. But then now I can't get the others.
If you arced really high, would it come down and hit him or no?
Vomit only travels, or vomit only exists for a certain amount of time. It can travel an infinite amount of distance as long as you increase its velocity. You increase a vomit's velocity by vomiting from higher objects.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and go over this here. So let me create a little ramp here. So go ahead and just jump on this thing here. Alright, so another useful trick for boomers is vomiting from high up on rooftops without being seen. So here we're going to want to crouch. Crouching doesn't increase the distance of the velocity of vomit, it just lowers the exit point from your bottle where the vomit comes from. And so here, I just want to position myself from, you know, knowing the arc, and just freely vomit. Very nice. And you're aiming too high, by the way. Just aim slightly on the edge. There you go. Big Kitty always runs, man. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate that you can cover a large distance with vomit if there's a huge velocity gain here. So you see here, look at the distance between me and the survivors. This is a pretty huge gap. Normally, if you were to, you know, put this like in perspective, you wouldn't be able to reach it. But I'm able to reach these survivors because my vomit travels really fast because I'm vomiting straight down. So it's able to reach them before the timer decides to delete the vomit.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You can't really get up there unless you know clip. It's really just for demonstrative purposes. Oh, it's no space. Look at that. There you go. Just fly on up there. Hold down shift to slow down. Very nice. Alright, so any questions about boomers?
Yeah, how fast can you spin with it registering? Like if you jumped in the middle of 4 people, could you just do a quick 360, or do you have to wait a second for all of them to register?
If you do a quick 360, you'll miss people, so let me show you here really quick. Alright, so I just did a full 360. So let me try again. And again, a full 360. So basically, yeah, you want to do it a bit slower here. So let me try and do it a bit slower. I'm able to get as many of the hitbox registrations, hit them as possible. Yeah, there you go. So let me go into third person mode really quick. I'm gonna do a spin here, over here really quick, and I'll take a picture for you and I'll show it to you after the live stream, right?
Okay.
There we go. Alright. So any questions about the boomer?
No.
Alright then. So let us move on to the next aside then. The charger. Do you know how to avoid stumbling at point blank range without backing up?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I had one more question with the boomer. I just remembered.
Go on.
Can you drop from like a greater height to explode yourself?
Only bots do that.
Only bots? Okay.
Only bots. Yep.
Got it.
Happens a lot in Left 4 Dead 1. You don't see it too much in Left 4 Dead 2. Alright. So yeah, you know how to avoid stumbling at point blank range without stepping back?
It's just keeping like a foot distance between...
No. No
Isn't it?
stepping back. No stepping back. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay,
So yeah,
then
let me
no.
show you. Alright then. So let's go ahead and beat charges here. Alright. So I'm gonna spin you up. So here, normally, as you see here, if I charge straight right here, I'm gonna stumble. However, turn God mode back on. So again, just to show you, however, I can avoid this stumble by aiming shoulder length to the left or the right, basically angling my charge. So if I aim shoulder length to the left or the right, I'm able to now grab Rochelle, where normally I would have been hit. Or I mean, would have been stumbled. Oops, wrong aside. So go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you'll have to get used to killing yourself here, or switching really quick, so like pressing M and switching back over, etc. Are you trying to curve charge?
I was trying to do like the reverse tank punch, but with the charger, see if I could get him to go the opposite direction.
You can get something similar, but you have to come at the side. We'll cover that in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we can cover it now if that's what you're interested in right now, because that is the next step.
Okay.
Alright, so the side charges you're asking for, so I'm gonna go ahead and warp them back together here. Actually, no, who can I use? I could probably use Ellis, but I want to save him, but alright. So the side charge, basically, if you come at a survivor straight on, see here, and then if I were to aim, less than 90 degrees to the left here, I would not grab them. The trick is that you need to come at them from kind of like an angle. As you see here, I'm slightly on his edge, rather than not on his actual center. And then if I charge and aim less than 90 degrees, oh god, it always does this. Yeah, you want to come at them from their side a bit, and then charge. Right here, let me use coach. And how this looks in a bit of a quicker perspective here. So I'm going to show you here, I'll use coach as an example here. It looks like you're basically curve charging, so I'm going to use coach here really quick. Although I didn't aim far enough to the left though. But yeah, that's basically how it is. So go ahead and do a charge now, and then we're going to move off to another spot with this.
Oops.
That's fine, we're going to be teleporting to the spot. Yeah. So kill off your charger, just switch teams and back and forth. Alright. So I'm sure you're familiar with this spot, correct?
Yep.
Alright, so using what we just learned right now, we can actually side charge coach off. So you just have to aim less than 90 degrees. If you aim more than 90, you won't grab them.
Wow.
So we go ahead and spawn them up. Alright. Let's try again. Alright, let's try again. How did you even do that? What? Okay.
Is that good?
Probably if you spat down there, but... I have no idea how you're doing that. Aim.
Well, this is 90. I'm going about like 80, and that up.
Oh, you need to aim a bit over here then.
Show me with the charger where to aim. Okay, so that corner.
Yeah, right about there. I don't think I can get Ellis back over there, so let me warp. Oh, whoa, what happened?
Charge him down the ladder.
So you want to be basically aiming for right about here.
I was aiming right there.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Just kill off your charger.
Oh my god.
It shouldn't be getting stuck. Let's try again. Very nice. I see. I want to test this here really quick, so go ahead and kill yourself off. Right, so. I guess yes, them spawning in the wall. That's weird. The first two times we did it wasn't an issue. So you're probably doing it right all along then. My bad. Very nice.
It's getting easier.
Yeah.
I got coach too.
Multi-charge. No. Well then. Very nice.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So now we're gonna try and do it in a bit of a quicker, quicker movement here. Basically, oh god. Can you charge me free really quick? Oh, don't steal!
What?
You stole it!
Sorry, I've never seen two chargers attack the same person.
Yeah, you should see two jockeys. Oh god. This is like playing some kind of adventure puzzle here. Alright, okay. So now, what you're going to do now is we're going to have to do it quickly. So you're going to have to go up there, and as soon as you get to him, you have to do the charge because you're going to get cleared if you don't. Now, what you want to do is, for something this quick, is you actually want to already be preemptively aiming at where you want to charge once you arrive at him. Yeah. Very nice. Oh! That happens a lot. I don't know any real way to fix it. There you go, spawn up here. But yeah, I don't know any way to fix it. Some people said hold spacebar, some people say curve the charge, etc. There's no real way. Let's try again. If that's happening, stop pressing what was it, the A key. If you're pushing into her while charging, it's gonna happen like that.
Gotcha.
Nice! Alright. Alright.
Wow. 90.
That's not 90, that was like 93. 91? I should get a scoring sheet. Very nice. Alright, let's do one more. Oh, look, he's back to play. Very nice.
Is that too slow?
Say again?
I said, is that too slow?
A tiny bit, but you'll get better at it. Because when you're trying to do that charge, they're going to be all over you. They're going to be, shooting at you, etc. But theoretically, I'm going to spun you up. Theoretically, when this scenario here, one sec. In this scenario here, you're going to be having her with her melee weapon out. She's going to swing at you, so that's going to be about 400 damage. And then you're going to have these guys shooting at you, which are going to have a shotgun. So you're pretty much going to be cleared instantly. So this is going to be up to your teammates. If you have a smoker, the smoker's going to pull the solo. If more than one comes up, then the charger's going to want to charge them into the corner so that they can get spit on. Really, this thing that I'm teaching you here doesn't really happen too much anymore, unless you don't have a smoker or a jockey, in which case the charger just has to pray. So go ahead and give it a go. Might as well, since she's already up there.
As Rochelle, where were you supposed to go to try and avoid this? Do you just stand in the corner and hope your team clears it?
Let me work. Pretty much, yes. You want to come up here. Now, there's a bunch of different things you can do. A lot of people will come out with their melee weapon. Does a lot of damage to the charger, and you can cut the tongue. There's a lot of sharp weapons in Dark Carnival. Right? Some people will come up with their shotgun and try and shoot the charger, but the issue with this is then you're vulnerable to the smoker. So you're really relying on your teammates to shoot the tongue, and if the smoker pulls from right here, then you're kind of fucked. You can't shoot the tongue from underneath.
Can you shoot through the floor from below?
It seems to be inconsistent, so here, let me turn on draw. One sec.
If the tongue was here, could they shoot it?
So it's really inconsistent, but yeah, if you can shoot through the floor, you can shoot through the floor. So hold still really quick. Let me see where you're at. I'm trying to find. Okay, so there you are. So let me shoot through the floor.
Yeah.
See, you got hit, but let me see if I can do it diagonally.
I'll just stand above you wherever you go.
Well, I'm trying to look through the walls here with this Mad Hex, but you keep moving. Hold on. You're not drawing.
Well, I'm saying I'll stand directly above you wherever you go.
Well, no, this time I want to try and corner angle the shot.
Okay, I'll stay here then.
So right there.
So angles don't matter?
Yeah. It's really inconsistent though, and to be entirely honest, I would not suggest relying on somebody trying to shoot a tongue from underneath blindly. It's really
Well, if they
just not-
pre-spawn, can you just like try and light up the floor, or would that?
Well, the smoker's going to be standing right here, and there's no way in hell you're going to be shooting the smoker from there. I mean, let me see.
Okay, the room's not that big.
Yeah, room's not that big, and I don't think you can... Yeah, I can't really shoot through this right here to where you're at, so... Let's see.
What about by the vents here, where the charger would be?
Yes, you can actually
Waiting.
shoot underneath that. You can see
Okay.
here. Some people actually go all the way back out here and try and shoot the charger. I don't know if you're getting hit, though. I don't think
No,
you
I'm
can
not.
shoot through this. Yeah, you can't shoot through that, then. Maybe, let me try this.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, probably because you moved in a bit more, but it's...
I was against the wall.
Yeah. Oh, well then, there you go. Yeah. Alright, so any questions?
No.
Alright then, so then we'll move on to the next SI. Everyone's favorite SI, the Jockey. And I'm using that sarcastically, by the way.
I know.
Hey, where is everybody?
Alright, so let me
I
spawn
hope
up
they're
this
not in Left
Jockey.
4 Dead 3.
I hope that the development team for Left 4 Dead 2 gets fired so the Left 4 Dead Special Infected aren't retarded. Like, there's so many bugs with the Left 4 Dead 2 Infected, it's ridiculous. Left 4 Dead 1 SI are fine. I'll go over that later, though. You'll be amazed. Alright, so here we have a Jockey. Honestly, the Jockey is hit or miss. The only thing you can do is either try and bait out the survivors M2, which really isn't going to be that much of an issue for the survivors. If they're good shots, you're dead. The only thing you can really do is Jockey B-hop, alternating between lunge and spacebar. So it's just like regular B-hopping, but you're alternating between lunge and spacebar until you arrive at your target, which I'm sure you're familiar with, right? And if you time the spacebar fine or well, you'll actually get a B-hop and you'll glide through the air on your spacebar.
Are you aiming up for these ones?
No, you're aiming straight forward. Aiming up slows
It's
you down.
faster that way.
Yep. Very nice, you got it.
Okay.
I think you got one there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it did.
Very nice. See, it's kind of hit or miss, and it's harder to do on 60 tick. It's extremely useful, but the thing to note is that this actually isn't useful to catch survivors. Unless you distance yourself properly. Let me show you why. So, as the Jockey, when you lunge, your red bar empties, and it doesn't recharge until you fully hit the ground. So if you look at the bottom right,
Yeah.
while this red bar is recharging, you cannot land on a survivor with a simple space bar. So generally, I can land on this survivor by landing on his head or just space barring, etc. But if I do a Jockey B-hop and I don't distance myself properly, I'll actually slide off of this survivor. So I'll show you here really quick. So you see here, I just basically slide off of him.
Yeah,
I'm
on
not
his
able to
shoulder.
cap him. So either you distance yourself properly, like what I'm doing right now. Oh god, even then I didn't distance myself well enough. There you go. So either you distance yourself properly, or you just use it as a gap closer, pretty much.
Really?
I know, right?
I'm about to die.
Alright, so any questions about that? Oh god. I really hate the kill cam. Alright, the last thing here with the Jockey, bit more of a tip, is when you are on a rooftop or on an escalated area, you don't want to initiate with the lunge. You never want to initiate with the lunge unless it's like a last resort. When you are on a rooftop, you actually want a spacebar. The reason being is this. So if I initiate with my lunge right here and I miss, I now have nothing to do until my red bars recharge and I'm able to lunge again, in which case they're probably going to shove me and kill me. However, if I initiate with a rocket spawn or a space bar, I'm able to lunge again as soon as I land, giving me 2 chances instead of 1 to grab them.
Right, it's harder to skate that.
Yep. Alright. So any questions about the jockey?
How much damage does a scratch deal?
Fuck. 4?
Is it 4?
Let's check right now here. Let me see. Let me play as, oh god, as Ellis. Yes.
Jockey!
Hold on.
Oops.
Oh, hello there! Alright. So, scratch me? CF4. That's what damage.
Jockey!
Alright. Any other questions?
No.
Alright, so this is actually the end of the special and effective lessons. There's nothing else for the SI here. So, do you have any questions about any of the SI before we move on?
The smoker, if you crouch and smoke, does it affect like how you smoke?
No. In fact, if you're
Stand
able...
up.
If you're able to, so let me show you here really quick. Let me see if I can use an example. Where would be a good example? If you can crouch and smoke, then you won't be able to do it because the smoker stands up every time you pull. So
Okay.
let me see. I'm trying to use an example. I'm looking around for a crouch and smoke area.
Check it out! Kittyland!
Uh,
Rod one, just one.
fuck.
It's the second map of Dead Centers where I try a lot. Notice
you
it
can't-
fails.
Yeah, you can't get it. Will this work? Maybe. Let me check. Wait. Let's see. Is that a tank? Oh, hello there.
Yeah.
I guess I. No, it's not tall enough. But yeah, basically, if you crouch and you're able to aim at them, but you stand and you can't, you're not going to get the pull because the smoker always
Okay.
stands. Alright. Any other questions?
Thinking.
Anything about the tank? Like trying to catch the virus, etc.?
I noticed a lot of people they jump when they spit. Is that just to avoid any obstacles?
It's to continue gaining momentum while moving. Basically, a standing target is easier to shoot than a moving target. But the spitter
Okay.
moves so slowly, though, it barely makes a difference, really. But, you know, any momentum you can get is good momentum. And if you're really, really good at it, you can actually do a rocket spawn into a spit, so you're spitting in the middle of the rocket spawn in the air, and then get a B-hop when you hit the ground, so you're moving really, really fast, and you finish the spit. Yeah. Alright. Anything else?
I had a question about shoving as a survivor. Like when you're shoving a jockey who's blind, do you want to aim at them or just straight ahead? What would get them? Or what's more effective?
I mean, I actually go over that, but you want to be aiming...
Oh,
You want to be aiming slightly elevated. You're not going to be aiming
Okay.
straight forward, pretty much, but that's
so
about
even
it.
if they're like straight above you?
If they're straight above you, obviously you gotta basically just aim at the jockey where he's gonna be during
Okay.
the time you want to shove. Because there is actually a C-bar that controls the come over here. That controls your shove registration radius. So like say if I shoved right here, there's 45 degrees. 45 degrees that gets registered pretty much from that shove. So 45
Okay.
degrees above and below my shove. And this actually, believe it or not, this actually changes based on either if you're in campaign or versus. So if you're in campaign, it's easier to shove because you have a bigger radius for your shove. If you're in versus, it's a bit harder because your shove is a bit tighter.
Okay. Yeah, I play a lot of survival, that's why I asked. It's different.
Well, also the timing too, because of lurk and all that such. Yeah. Anyways, any other questions? What do you say?
No.
Alright then. So this is basically the halfway point here. So what I always ask everyone here is, if at any point, I mean, if you want to take a break, or do you want to call it here and we can pick it up again another day, or if you want, we can just keep continuing here into the Survivor round.
I'm okay to continue if you are.
Alright, let's go then. So let's switch over to the Survivors here. And one could say that, Dusty. Alright. So, somebody's saying popcorn break. Alright, so we're going to be getting to witches here. So how are you with witch crowning?
Not very experienced.
Alright, let's see if we can do that. I can't give you popcorn.
I did it once in the stream. And
Alright, so here's our
luck of the
witch.
draw.
So we're going to start with very basic crowning. So we're going to do this very slow. Basically, you if you're going to be doing a slow crown, you're going to want to crouch once you arrive at her. And you're going to want to be aiming at basically her chest, like the biggest part of her body. You don't want to aim for her head. Aiming for her head is only for expert mode. So hold
Is her
on there.
chest bigger than her ass?
It depends where you're aiming. I would say her
Okay.
chest or torso, basically. So I'm going to walk up here. And you got to make sure that you're all the way against her. Right? If you're too far away, so as you see here, it doesn't matter if you land all the
pellet
pellets. It
might miss.
matters... No. It's not about pellets missing. It's actually about your distance. Your distance from the witch is a multiplier for the shotgun. You see here? I'm not all the way in, but I land all my pellets, but it doesn't kill her because I don't get the full multiplier.
Only for the witch?
Only for the witch. Something I remember seeing something about common infected in there too, but I'm not sure. So yeah, go ahead and give it a go. You gotta be all the way up on her, crouch, and aim up. Try again.
Is her hitbox any different from her skin?
That
Or is it pretty dead on?
it is. It's actually everything is different from their skin, but as long as you shoot what is on your screen and you're not losing packets and you're underneath 200 ping, then you should be fine. As long as you shoot what's on your screen.
So, are you shooting her breast or belly button?
Whatever's bigger. You're gonna have to end up chalk crowning here. Let's try again.
Which.
You're aiming too far down. Let her stand up fully. Take it slowly. We're not trying to rush this. We'll get to the faster crowning in a sec.
Okay.
Very nice.
Damn it.
Now don't aim for her stomach. Try and aim for where her chest is gonna be when she's fully aggravated, pretty much.
Oh,
Very
okay.
nice. Yeah. I would like some of that cake, by the way, me kitty. Is it chocolate cake? I'm actually not a big fan of cake. Well, stop moving!
Let's try not to take a swipe even though I don't take damage.
I know, right? Very nice. Alright, let's try two more.
So the head doesn't do any more damage, you're just
It does.
looking for... Oh, it does?
No, it does, but it's pointless to shoot it because you can kill her by shooting the chest. Aiming for the head is just doing additional damage. So
Okay.
aiming for the head is really only for expert mode, where you have to aim for the head in expert campaign in order to kill her.
This time I'm not going to shoot her, I just want to see how much time I have between when she's pissed
Alright.
and when she hits. Can you make another
Her aggravation is actually it's very dynamic. One is...
Oh, it changes.
Yeah. One is how close you are, determines how fast she gets angry. Two is your flashlight. Your flashlight determines how quickly she'll notice you. So if you have a flashlight on, she'll notice you from a farther range. And
Okay.
three, if you are walking or running. If you are walking or crouching, she'll notice you less. She's less likely to notice you. And if you're running, she'll notice you much easier.
Okay. So, normally the better players would run right up to it and then crouch and shoot it, right?
Actually, the better players usually just... Yeah, they don't really do
Draw
the crouching.
crown.
No, they don't really do the crouching. They do something like this. Here, so let me show you. Oh, wow, that should have killed her, but they run up to her and just get her out of the way. I'm shooting too soon.
So you're not crouching at all then, you're just shooting straight down?
Yep. I'll explain it in a sec. Because there's a fine place where you have to aim for each one. Oh, you moved me!
Oh, sorry. I thought I was gone. Go ahead.
No, alright. No, it's fine, go on. We'll go on to it, that part later. Just make sure that we can get the crowns here. The video shouldn't be stuttering. If the video is stuttering for you, it might be related to Hitbox, because I'm not getting any dropped frames on this end.
Do I need the crouch when I'm like right up? I guess I don't.
Yeah.
You said there's a sweet spot if you're not crouched.
Yeah, but we'll go over that later, because that'll be speed crowning. The image keeps breaking up for you? Alright, I'll make sure to look through the recording and I'll report it to Hitbox, because they said that they have fixed the issue. The online recording, that is. One more time. Very nice. Alright, so, now the sweet spot here, we're going to be going after a bit of a faster crown, so let's see if we can just do the standing crown without crouching. This will lead to speed crowning. Alright, so it depends on which end you're coming at her from. If you're coming at her from her side or her back, you're going to want to pre-aim to where her kidneys are going to be once you arrive at her. So right here, I'm going to be aiming at where her kidneys are going to be. I'm already pre-aiming my cursor. Then shooting.
Huh.
Right? So I'm pre-aiming where her kidneys are going to be. Now, if I have to come at her from the front, you're going to pre-aim basically kind of like where the spot between her shoulder and her, I want to say her left breast is going to be.
Okay.
Alright? So, try and just do it standing. Don't try and do a quick round. So just get up there and stand and get the crown.
So I have to do it before she stands up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. You got a speed crown there. Very nice.
Oops.
Oh, don't try and force it. Just go in a straight line to her. If you try and force it, you're gonna run into issues like that.
I bumped into her foot or something.
She has a big ass. Let's do one more. Very nice. Alright.
Cool.
So let's get to draw crowning here. Do you have any experience with draw crowning?
No.
Alright.
Only when I mess up or accidentally shoot it.
I'm more of a boob guy, Samus. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to do draw count. Basically, there's two things. One, the timing on when you got to shoot. And two is where you're going to be aiming. Basically, you're going to be aiming kind of at her neck, her chest, you know, her upper chest or her lower neck. And the timing for it is you don't want to shoot too soon. A lot of people make the mistake of shooting too soon. You need to wait for her arms to start going into an attack animation, basically. So let me show you here. Watch her corpse. Watch her ragdoll how she dies. You'll see that she's in the middle of an attack animation.
Okay.
So you're waiting for that wind up. If you shoot before that, it's too soon, and you won't get the full multiplier of the damage. Right?
Normally, do people crouch when they do that, or can they stand?
People stand, but it's really just to show off. If you want to try and take a risk out of it, you know, and possibly getting down and wiping your team, go ahead and give it a go.
Right.
But fuck risk. Alright, give me a sec. Alright,
Cool.
just so that we can have a little bit of pressure here. Alright. And just so you know, I will be putting in some distractions. What you gotta do is avoid the distraction, don't let it bug you. Alright?
Sure. You ready?
Yep, good to go.
It's gonna dodge it.
Kill it, kill it. Yeah, let's try again. Oh, I damaged myself. Not bad. pressed the wrong command.
No.
Oh, he wasn't supposed to land, sorry.
Team would have cleared me.
Yeah.
Normally, do like 2 or 3 people line up to do that, or is it safer to space yourself?
Oh, well, you gotta kill her. What do you
I was
mean?
looking at you. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh.
I mean, when
wait.
someone draw crowns, do they just do it by themselves, or do 2 people try and shoot it?
People that when you draw crown, it's usually because you're trying to pull her out of a bad area into a better area for you guys to take the attack. So basically, everyone else is going to be watching for the SI. Sometimes they do, like say if they want to burn her down. So let me get a weapon here. So like say we know that they're that they're going to be rushing in here. So you go ahead and try the draw crown. So what I would probably end up doing here is you'd have the entire team just shooting at her right now.
Oh, I missed it.
You're not supposed to mess up.
You're supposed to deal more damage.
Well, I'm just one person. But yeah,
Just
that's generally what everyone's gonna do. Is they're all gonna shoot it to burst it down before the SI come in. Let's go ahead and do some more. That's a bit harder to draw crown.
Oh wow.
There you go.
She swings before she gets near.
Yep. Generally, when that happens, you're gonna want to. Oh, look, another witch.
Where are you
You
gonna
wanna-
teach me that?
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that on your
shoot her!
list?
Shoot her! You need to move forward. You need to move forward right before you shoot. Push into her. Yeah, nice. Oh, you shot too soon. The smoker
So-
got you.
So if like a common hits me at the right time, I could mess it up.
Yes, because when a common infected hits you, it's only for common infected. I don't think any of the other SI really do it. Maybe the charger. But yeah, when you get hit by a common infected, it's supposed to mimic like your gun barrel being grabbed and pushed away. But
Okay.
yeah, it'll move your aim.
Actually got me.
This is now Witch Party.
Get your ass up now. Come on.
I don't know if you're familiar with Witch Party.
No.
It's a config.
Damn it.
It's a config based around 4v4 hunters, and a witch randomly spawns on the map every like 15 seconds. And
Wow.
if you don't kill the witch and you run past it, it respawns up ahead. So if you don't kill any witches, they all respawn farther and farther up ahead.
Hmm. Too soon.
Soon. Shot him.
Damn it. Yeah, I really have to wait for that swing.
Yeah. That witch though. Oh wow, you got it pretty close. Oh, you have your team block spawns. That too. I should probably yeah.
What?
Leaving you, but you better get up.
Do you know what your lerp is right now?
16.7.
All right then. Just making sure. All right, go to go.
Did you
I wanna
see
say
that? I
too soon.
shot like as she killed me.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Oh god, I can't find any more defibs.
I got this.
Got a defib unit.
Alright, last go here. Very nice. Alright. So it looks like you got jerk hunting down. Now, a couple things to know, somebody pointed out in chat, is during a draw count, you actually, either your entire team is going to be helping you shoot and covering you, or you're going to have your team actually blocking spawn. So let's say, for example, the witch is right there. So the witch is right there, and you're going to draw counter. You're probably going to want to have somebody stand right here, right next to this tree to block the spawn. And you're going to want somebody probably standing over here to block the spawn right behind here. Alright?
Okay.
Alright? But just, yeah, your teammates need to be blocking spawns, etc. Now, yeah, any questions on that? So
Is it important where you try and draw crowner from?
Yes,
like against
actually,
something to avoid a hunter or something?
yes,
from a certain side?
I'm actually going to cover that right now. That was actually the
Okay.
next thing we're going to cover. Is basically how you draw the witch determines whether or not she's going to fuck with you. So let me get rid of this witch here really quick. Basically, you need to draw crown her in a straight line. So I'll show you here. So here is a witch. I'm drawing her in a straight line. And watch how she just comes straight at me, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. You know, she sticks on me. However, if I draw crown her at an angle, so see here, now I'm draw crowning at an angle. Watch what she does. That bounce and slide. And this makes it very hard for, you know, newer people to be able to draw crown because she'll bounce around like that. Obviously, if you know where she's going to go here, then you can easily do the draw crown. Sometimes, though, she won't give you that opportunity. You can be the best shot in the world, but the reason being is she'll bounce off of you. She never actually fully sticks to you, and which you don't get the full multiplier. So you always want to make sure you're pulling her from a straight line. So like this, or let me set her up here. So like this, or you be all the way over here, etc. So you see what I mean by straight line?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask because point A to point B is a straight line, but you're talking about like the map lines.
Yeah, kind of like a map line. And the best way I can put, let me see if I can.
I see some lines on the map.
Oh, there's no actual line. It's not. No, it's just like pulling her in a. Pretend there's a square around the witch, and you want to pull her.
Right.
Yeah, you want to pull her from the direct side. You know, you don't want to angle it. Kind of like a square, not a circle, a square. You don't want to be at
So
the
if-
angles, etc.
So if I drew her from here, she'd come straight. But if I drew her
Yes.
from here, even though
She might
I'm
bounce.
looking at her straight, she'd bounce.
Yeah, she might bounce. But if you pulled her from right here, she will more than likely bounce. So the farther you get away from the center, the more likely she is to bounce.
Okay.
And no, it doesn't have anything to do with her facing, except for one thing. I'll cover that.
Got it.
Okay. Another thing is basically also where she's facing. So let me show you here really quick. If she has her back to you, she might sometimes freak out with her movement. You see, when she has her back, she doesn't instantly turn around. She actually has to walk her way around in a way, and it might make her bounce sometimes. You see there how she comes at an angle?
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll make her end up having to bounce off you because she comes at you at an angle.
Hey,
Then.
some guns here.
Gotcha.
All right. Any other questions about the witch? Yes, no, maybe so.
No, if I do, I'll ask later.
Alright. The next thing we're going to cover here is additional ways to kill the witch. This is stumbling here. Do you know how to stumble the witch?
Propane?
Yes. Propane tank, grenade launcher, oxygen tank, and also I swear I've been able to stumble her with pipe bombs, but I can't seem to get it anymore. I don't know. And
What
I
about
can't
like a
really practice it
door?
on here. Yes. Well, actually, no. You can't stumble her with the door. The door will actually stop moving.
Okay.
Another way, though, is with weapons, right? If you have a military sniper, a hunting rifle, an AK-47, and a deagle, you are able to stumble her with a headshot while she's sitting and while she's crying. So you see here, let me stumble her.
Yeah.
You see, she stumbled, etc. Now, you're able to kill
Nice.
her using this. I'm gonna go ahead and read it really quick. You're able to kill her with this in realism mode by using a melee weapon and alternating between shove and melee. Oops. This game is so bad sometimes. I aim past the tree and she spawns. Alright. Alright, there you go. So yeah, if you stumble her, you can run up to her and then shove block her. And just alternate until she dies.
Even in Pro Mod?
Even in Pro Mod, even in Realism, even in Versus. It works
Reloading.
all the way.
So it's 250 damage a swing with the melee?
It's not 250, it's 25% of the witch's health. So if
Oh,
somebody
25%.
modded... Yeah. If somebody modded it to be like 4,000 health, then you would do 25% of that 4,000 health every swing.
Still, okay.
Yep.
So if 4 people just came up and swung at the same time, she'd be done.
Yeah, that's actually how a lot of people deal with standing witches here, so let me see if I can force one to stand. Where is it? I can't find the command. Oh my god, there's so many commands here.
All right, weapon.
You having fun there?
What?
You having fun there with the gun?
I'm trying to entertain our guests.
Well, I can't really see it through the console.
Oh. How many people are watching, by the way?
16.
Cool.
There we go, alright. So here we have standing witch. You can actually do this with 2 people, so do you have a melee weapon?
Yeah.
Alright, so you need something faster than a guitar, basically. Which is every weapon in the game.
Everything, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, so run up to her. So there we go. Let's go. Now, one thing to note is that the standing witch will actually aggro if you bump into her. The sitting witch will not. So I'll show you really quick. So here is a sitting witch, and I'll bump into her and run away, and you notice she won't instantly aggro. Bump, run away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, only the standing witch will aggro if you bump into her. Alright. Any questions about killing witches?
When you were shoving witches, that was only because she was stumbled? You can't do that if
Yes.
she's standing?
No, but I think you can cause a stumble if you use a grenade launcher while she is running at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hit the ground to stumble, or do you have to hit her directly with the grenade launcher?
Fuck, I don't know. I never tested it.
Let's do it now.
Can't. Local server, or at least my local server, is really
Oh.
buggy. So let me show you really quick. Alright, so here's a pipe bomb.
Throwing a pipe bomb.
It's like she's like related to Houdini or some shit. Watch. Look at that.
Where'd she go?
Exactly.
Hey, some guns here.
Well, can
Yeah,
you do
no,
that
right?
in a real game?
No, that's why I
Just a
can't
server.
really. Yeah, that's why I can't efficiently test it, and I don't know how to, test those certain things with the witch with stumbles or and such.
It does the same with the grenade launcher versus a
Yeah,
pipe bomb?
anything explosive.
Oh wow.
Yeah, anything explosive.
Okay. Moving on. I'll test it later.
All right, have fun with that.
Right.
Anyways,
In a pub or something.
Oh god, I know, right? All right. Anyways, the next thing we're gonna be going over here is dang, what I'm gonna go over here. I think we cover smokers next. Yes, smokers. All right. So, how are you with cutting tongues?
Weapons over here.
Decent. At
Decent?
a longer range, I'm pretty good. Closer is... I haven't practiced much.
All right. Let's see if we can practice that then. A little bit of the closer. Your ping is a bit high to be practicing the closer here, but I think
Okay.
you can still get it. So,
It's 130.
yeah. Alright, so basically, obviously, you need a sharp weapon, which you already know. The crowbar, it looks like a blunt weapon, by the way, but the crowbar is a sharp weapon, so you can't cut tongues with it.
Yeah, I know that.
It still sucks as a weapon, though. Other than that is the motion. You just want to, when you're aiming directly at the smoker, when you cut the tongue, just move your mouse slightly downward, very slightly. Kind of like you're chopping an
Okay.
axe, kind of. Alright, so let me go ahead and play as the smoker here. Alright, if you get the tongue cut, I'll give you a number. If you don't get the tongue cut, I won't see anything. Alright? 1. So you're moving. 2.
Oops.
1. 1. 2. One.
Smoker! No!
One.
No!
2.
No!
3.
Smoker's got me!
What?
One.
Seems faster than normal to me.
It's because of the ping, really.
Okay. It's like I have to swing right after you make the noise.
Pretty much. Very nice. Alright, so kill one more. Very nice. Alright. So it's really your ping, honestly.
Okay,
But yeah, it looks like you got that down pretty good. Alright.
thanks.
The next thing we're going to cover here is other ways to shut down a smoker. A lot of people don't know is that if you have a melee weapon out while being pulled, you cannot shove.
Right.
Yeah. In order to fix this, though, you can actually switch
Switch.
to a... Yeah, you can switch weapons mid-pull, and you'll be able to shove again. Alright, so you got that. Now let me just enable this really quick. Alright, so I just enabled the hitboxes for shove. So go ahead and shove, and then walk to the side here so you can see the yellow rays. Alright, so you see those yellow rays?
Yeah.
Alright, that is your shove radius. And it is
Wow.
incredibly large, as you can see. Alright, so what we're going to be practicing here is shoving a smoker that pulls you from a pretty long range. Basically, you have a full 1 second to shove a smoker before you're considered entangled. Combine that with your long distance shoving and the timing of it, and you're able to shove smokers at very long distances when they pull you. Let's go ahead and
Okay.
practice it. Let's try again. Wait a bit longer. Very nice. Very nice. I'm looking at the ground here to make sure. Alright, right about here. Very nice. Oh, stop moving! Alright, one more. Very nice. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, if you, like, stand still really quick so I can show you, like, basically this is the entire radius that you have to pretty much shove a smoker. As you can see, this is a pretty large
Oh wow,
radius.
it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you remember that one shove that you got and time it right, you can shove a smoker very far away. Honestly, between cutting
Impressive.
tongues, between cutting tongues and that long range to shove smokers, smokers are incredibly underpowered in this game.
Is that the same as Left 4 Dead 1? The same smoker?
Same
Shove.
smoker shove, but you
Yeah.
got no tongue
There's no
cut in
melee.
there, man.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. So, any questions dealing with smokers?
Can you ever shoot a tongue that's coming at you or no?
I've heard some people do it. I've heard some people say they shoved a tongue, but nobody's ever been able to, like, conclusively prove it. I know, however, that you can actually block a tongue using a teammate.
Or a gas can?
Well, yeah, but no, more specifically a teammate, because what happens is the tongue, when it selects somebody to be pulled, it goes after that person and that entity alone. If it collides
Gotcha.
with anything on there on the way over there, it stops. So let's see if we can try and test it here. It's really inconclusive
Sure.
because of the ping. There you go. Oh, and yeah.
Were you aiming at me or Ellis?
I was aiming at you.
Okay,
yeah.
let's try it on
No, no.
Ellis.
It's fine. I really don't want to test it because it was really hard to get even with somebody that had 60 ping. But yeah,
Oh.
you can actually hide behind a teammate and it'll block the time. Alright. Any other questions?
No.
Alright then. So let's move on to Skiting. Or not Skiting, dead stopping, sorry. We'll get to Skiting next. How are you with dead stopping?
Depends on the ping difference. It's hard for me to adjust in the beginning.
Is there something you want me to go over then for you? Or do you want to skip over that?
I'll try it at this ping. I just want to see
Alright,
how early I have to shove.
I'll tell you when you have to shove. So let's go ahead and do some simple... Alright. Basically, the shove timings I'm going to be giving you here. Oh yeah, so when you mentioned, you can actually break tongues on special and infected too. So if a special and infected blocks a tongue, you know, I won't grab this forever. Anyways, this timing to shove is if you have an added up ping and lerp of anywhere between, I want to say, 40 milliseconds and 200 milliseconds, then this is the shove times that you should be using, always. Right?
Okay.
Alright, so here I'm going to do a straight pounce at you, and you're going to want to shove when I'm about right here, halfway through the air.
Oh wow, okay.
Let's try again. I think I actually dodged your shove. Ow! That's not very
Oops.
nice! But yeah, basically that first pounce that I did, I actually went underneath your shove. That's the 45-degree angle that I was talking to you about earlier.
Okay. Well, it's really early, yeah.
You haven't seen anything yet. Let's do one more. Oh, I saw that.
Hmm.
Very nice. Alright, so now what I can do is I can do speed pounces at you. Basically, is what you see more experienced centers do, where they do something like this. Alright, so what you're going to do is I'm going to speed pounce straight at you. You're going to shove me as soon as I land right here, alright?
Okay.
Let's try again.
Oh. Huh.
Alrighty, now I'm going to do an L. Oh, I went in a bit late there. Well, you would have got that one.
Well.
One more. Alright. So there you go. Those are the shove timings for it. Is basically you gotta shove halfway between their distance pretty much. So like I mean I'm doing an L here, but this is halfway towards you.
Right.
So when a hunter is pouncing around you, you kind of want to predict when he's going to go in, and you got to shove on the pounce that he's going to be using to get in. So, unfortunately, though, the hunter can keep doing this for days and days. So,
Right.
yeah, he can keep doing this for days and days. That's where you got to start getting in with skeeting or shooting him, and we'll be covering that later. Right?
Okay.
All right. So, any questions there with dead stopping?
Does it matter how high or how low I'm shoving?
Yes. Like, I remember that 45-degree angle thing I told you about?
Right.
That's why one of your shoves missed, is because I actually landed below your shove.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Alright then. Alright, so we're going to be going over skeeting here, but first let's cover a few things. Basically, do you know what the word hit scan means?
No.
Alright, hit scan means it's basically instant. So in this game, your ranged weapons, with the exception of the grenade launcher, are all instant. the little bullets that
Okay.
you see coming out of your gun don't actually represent damage. Let me go ahead
Gotcha.
and show you here really quick.
There's no travel time with the bullets.
Yeah, so go ahead and grab that hunting rifle. And you're going to headshot me across the map here really quick, and you'll notice that I die quicker than your bullet actually reaches me. So go ahead and give it a go. Alrighty. So you saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what hit scan means, is everything is instant. You never need to lead or trail your shots at all, depending on your ping. As long as your ping is below, like I want to say 300, and you're not dropping packets, always aim at the model, period.
Okay.
The next thing is shotguns. Yes. All the shotguns in this game do not deal extra headshot damage to the special infected, with the exception of the witch. So never ever aim for the head with the shotgun. Always aim for the center body mass, or just basically the bigger part of the
Copy.
body. Yeah. Alright. So any questions on that?
No.
Alright then. So let's go ahead and get some skiting in. So what I want you to back up right about here. Give me some distance. Alright.
Do you want me to crouch or stand?
Crouching to skeet hunters that are at the same level as you is actually harder. Alright. So let's give this a go. So I'm going to do straight pounds at you. If you get any damage, I'll give you a number like 140. That means I have 140 health left. If I don't give you a number, that means you did no damage. Alright?
Should I be shooting like when you're in my face or when you're like
No.
halfway to me or?
Halfway to you, in your face. Basically, you got to get the timing for it. I can't really give you a number.
Okay.
Because it's all RNG. Your shotgun
Right.
can behave well sometimes, and your shotgun can behave poorly.
Okay, we'll see.
Alright, so you're going to be aiming for basically in between my shoulder blades, but below my chin. Right?
Gotcha.
Very nice. $114. 131. 212. 132. Very nice. Oh god, that's your head. Let's try and get 3 more of those. Very nice. Oh, I even missed that one. Nice. Very nice.
Cool.
Alright. So now we're going to do a bit of a speed pounce here. So I'm going to do, again, what I was doing before with the dead stopping. You're going to want to shoot me when I land right here. You're not going to shoot me in the air. You're going to shoot me when I land.
Okay.
136. You shot too early. Wait till I land. 196. Again, a bit too early. Try again. 130. Oops.
Hunter!
193.
Does your hitbox change in size when you're flying versus sitting or crouched?
I don't think so. All I know is that the hitboxes are pretty much squares around me. So I'm gonna do an L now.
Alright.
147.
Miss.
Very nice.
Miss. Trying to like follow you, so keep missing.
Oh, yeah, don't follow the hunter when he's speed pouncing. You actually want to predict where he's going to land.
Based
Following
off
them-
where he's facing. Gotcha.
Yeah, and basically his pounce. So like right here, if he's doing a low pounce, he's obviously going to land somewhere close.
Mhm.
Alright? Oh you moved.
I'd never be standing still.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people like to skeet standing still.
It's a little easier, huh?
210. Very nice. Alright, so let's get to this next part here. So I want you to come stand in the center of this puddle. Alright, so basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to either come at you from your right or from your left here, doing an
Okay.
L pounce, and you got to kill me 5 times.
Copy.
Very nice. $111? Ow, that's not nice. 112?
You're healing yourself, right?
Yes.
Okay. Miss. Miss. Damn.
I even missed that one. Nice. $135?
That hit you?
Nope.
Made the shot noise.
There it
Weird.
is. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, basically now what we're going to do is we're kind of imitate a 1 versus 1 here. So give me
Okay.
1 second, I need to go turn off the air conditioner. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so for this 1v1 here, you're allowed to do whatever you want, running around, you know, the little map area here. You can go inside the buildings if you want, but I'll prefer to stay out in the open here. You're allowed to
Okay.
shove, ski, etc., melee weapon, whatever.
Are the shoves equal to pro mod? Like, can I shove
Yes.
just as many times?
They're
It's
equal to
two.
pro mod here. Yep.
Gotcha.
Alright, and you're allowed to shoot me as soon as you see me.
Alright. Damn.
Got me to 126.
That looked really weird. Okay.
$110. $124. $225. When you get a shove, that is something you'll learn the more you play. You just kind of get this gut feeling, because I'm sure you notice that sometimes you shove a jockey or a hunter aside and they get an instant rebounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you'll get a gut feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but you just know that they're going to get an instant rebound. So, and when you know that they don't, you want to hug them. If you get the shove, you have to hug the SI. Otherwise, you risk them repouncing.
Okay.
I agree. Why aren't you doing 720? 194 and the job? Oops. $196. $56. 17. Very nice. Oops. Oh, now you know where I'm coming from. Now I gotta move.
I'll turn around.
That's too late now. $105. You're not hugging. You
What?
see? You didn't
Yeah.
hug. 166. Very nice. There you go. Ow, that's not very nice. Don't make me turn off your shove.
I'll probably do better. Relying on it like it's a safety. Yeah, I didn't have.
25. $12.
There's only 12.
Yep. Very nice. Oh, that DP!
Did I kill you?
Nope.
Oh.
192. Five? Oh my goodness! You were so lucky.
5?
You got me to 5 and then killed me while running away. Very nice. Alright. Alright, so it looks like you got Skiting and such dealing with hunches down to a pretty good science there.
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident than before.
Ammo here.
How do you feel against jockeys with dead stabbing?
Terrible.
Alright, let me go over something with jockeys with here.
Guns right here.
Now, it depends on whether you're facing a player or an AI. An AI is very easy to predict, and you actually want to stand still. Are you familiar with, like, stumble scratching, basically, where you stumble them and they
Yeah.
scratch, like in campaign? Alright, that basically happens depending on how early you shove. So let me use a hunter here as an example. So right here, I'm going to do an early shove, a really early shove. You see he scratches me. Now I'm going to do a bit of a later shove. Oh god, always so inconsistent when I'm trying to demonstrate. Alright, there you go. As you see, no shove because I did a bit of a later shove.
Huh.
Alright, so yeah, it's the same with the jockey. I'll show you here really quick. See? He scratches. Not gonna wait a bit later. No scratch. Alright?
But your later is way different because you're ping, right?
Yeah, but it's still down to a certain
see.
science.
Here.
Okay.
Now, a thing to note here with jockeys is it doesn't matter if you're against a player or an AI, is you're always going to want to shove as soon as they're in the jump range. So as you see here, this jockey, as soon as he's in jumping range, he's going to jump. So I got to shove, right? Same with
Right.
players. The only difference between an AI jockey and a player jockey is you do not want to fucking move. If you fucking move, you're gonna fuck yourself over. Like, AI jockeys, they are such a pain in the ass when you have, you know, if you're not on a local server, to shove while moving sideways. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like they cheat. You actually have to, right there, you know what I did? I actually had to aim ahead of myself and upward because he's gonna be jumping ahead of me. Oh god, even then, just do yourself a favor and don't move. At the very least,
Okay.
with butt jockeys, just as soon as you do the shove, just back up pretty much, so you don't have to worry about getting scratched in campaign. Yeah, just shove
Okay.
and back up, but don't move when you're dealing with AI jockeys. So let's go ahead and do some practicing here with the jockey really quick. So again, you're gonna shove as soon as I'm in jumping range, okay?
Alright.
Jockey!
There we go. Ow! Well, don't kill me.
Oh.
2K bitrate riot? Why, Xanax? Why? It's not my fault. It's gotta be Hitbox. Oh, you shut too early.
No.
But you kind of get the idea now, right?
Yeah.
Alright then. Any questions with dead stopping or skiting?
No.
Paddles here.
Alright then. All that is left is leveling chargers and rock skiting.
Okay.
How are you with leveling chargers?
Not very good at all.
Over here.
Let me see if I can try to give you a demonstration here and some tips. I can't really show you because again, it's one of those buggy things with local servers. And bot chargers, they're cheaters. Never try and level a bot charger. Never ever.
Okay.
They take, I want to say, 40% less damage while charging, making it very hard to level them.
Wow.
Alright, so for starters, there's two types of levels. There's the headshot level, which you kill a full health charger, which is pretty much random and inconsistent. And then there's the chip level, which you see most players do, where they chip the charger a bit and then they level up, right?
Okay.
And there's no real trick to that. It's just chip the charger a bit, and when they come at you, just time your swing. There's no like big thing to that. Other than that, the headshot level. You remember those rays that I showed you for the melee swing? Or for the shot?
Yeah.
Those are the same rays that come out for a melee weapon, but you can't see them, unfortunately, unless you're the host. So, just imagine that they're there. Now, for a headshot level, it's not about aiming at the head. It's actually that the first ray that comes in contact needs to be the one that touches his head. So, you basically, let's say you aim at his head, but the first ray that comes in contact with the charger touches his shoulder, you're going to deal shoulder damage. If the first ray comes in contact with his head, even though you're aiming at his shoulder, it'll deal headshot damage. Okay, so here, I'm going to use a charger really quick. So here, I'm going to aim at his head as he... Oh wow, I actually got the headshot. One luck. So yeah, I'm going to aim at his head. You see, 1, 2. Alright. Now, if I aim slightly to the left here... Ah, so close. Basically, you want to aim slightly to the left during a charger... charger, try and get a headshot, but even then I just wouldn't recommend it. Just do a normal headshot, really. Or no normal swing. Any questions?
Can I see you do it so I can tell how high you're swinging?
So you can't really tell. You're not aiming really high.
I mean, when
to
he's
the left.
charging at you.
Oh, okay, but I can't really level the charger again. It's one of those local server things, released on this server.
Okay.
So like right here.
Do you want me to be the charger, or I guess I wouldn't have a good view?
It doesn't matter. But yeah, right there, as you see, that's what I'm swinging. You see, there's no real trick to it. It's just time your swing.
Is it easier if you like go to the right and then swing, so you at least dodge it?
That's safer. It doesn't make a difference though. It's safer to do that. Honestly, if I was dealing with the death charge, I would probably dodge it while swinging. Just to be safe, you know?
I mean, you don't expose like more of the head when you go right because his shoulder's on his right. You know what I mean?
I mean, you could, yeah, but also at the same
Okay.
time, he kind of charges forward here, so if you move to the left also, you can kind of get his head. It's a bit harder though. I would say the left is a bit better. Alright, any other questions?
No.
Alright. Alright, so let's get to rock skating, so let me move this over.
Anyone?
Let me spawn you over. Oh god, no.
Here.
Alright.
Shotgun.
Weapons over here.
Alright. So these are all the weapons. I'm gonna give you a deagle.
All right, weapons.
Deagle.
Yep, a deagle. If you want to use it, so...
Single
go ahead
pistol.
and use a single pistol? Yeah, good luck with that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and be the tank here. Now
Okay.
for tank rocks, you actually want to be aiming slightly ahead of the rock, alright? And by the way, you have a large time to skeet these rocks. You don't have to wait till they get that close.
Okay.
The only thing to note is you can't shoot them when they come out of the tank's hand and slightly after. Tank rocks actually have god frames for about half a second after they leave the tank. I'm gonna start trying to hitbox you here. Hitboxing or skeeting hitbox rocks has been harder for a lot of people because they don't aim ahead of the rock. And it's only very slightly ahead of the rock.
Do these rocks have 50 health?
Yes, about 50 health. I think on expert they have 90.
Can you melee these rocks?
I've heard someone do it before, but I highly doubt it.
I've seen it on YouTube, I wasn't sure. I can try if you want.
That's good. Let's just focus on what I know here to help.
Okay. I'll switch weapons after this.
Oops. Remember, you have all this time to shoot the rock. You don't have to wait for it to actually get in your face.
Okay. I literally can't see it till it's in my face. I think my settings are set.
Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Alright, go to video. Press escape
Yeah.
and go to options. Okay, what is your effect detail set to?
Low.
Alright.
Make that high.
No. I mean, yeah, you want it on high, but if you can't handle it, it's fine. You have to do medium. Basically, if you ever want to do anything versus or anything competitive, effect detail must be on medium, period. If you do not have effect detail on medium, then you might as well not play versus at all. The reason being, the reason being is that there's actually, oh my god, I need to shut this tank up. 1 second, let me kill myself. Hearing myself growl all the time. Alright, the reason being is effect detail determines a lot of things. One, it determines how far away you can see props. Alright? Some props won't render until you're really close to them, which is good. You can wall people like that. Another thing is that some props won't render at all. I don't know if you ever have been like a special infected, you're running around the rooftops and you're walking into invisible walls. Right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, there are props that special infected walk behind and such that do not render at all if you have effect detail low. So you won't even see them there, and you're just running into an invisible air conditioning unit. Right? And like I said, it also affects rock detail. Basically, if you have it on low, you won't see rocks until they're in your face. If you have it on medium, you'll see them for a pretty good distance, and if you have it on high, you can pretty much see it across the map. Right?
Okay, I set it to medium now. Let
Yeah.
me see the difference.
What about your high page memory pool or whatever? What is that set to?
Damn, I just hit recommended. Okay,
You can always click cancel. Click cancel.
memory pool. It's on high now, but
How much RAM do you have? Do you know?
I'd have to look it up.
No. Okay, well just set it to medium then to be safe. Right. You might want to disable his recommended settings because you don't want everything like really high. You definitely don't want vertical sync on at all.
Yeah, I hit cancel.
Right.
My pool's at high.
Alright then, yeah, just leave it there then. Alright, so effects at medium and high and high on the pool. Alright, you should be good. So let's try this again.
What about shader model and
shader used to affect multi-core rendering. Basically, if you had shader on low and not medium, it would cause multi-core rendering to disable itself every time you launch Left 4 Dead 2 or change resolution. But I believe that's been fixed as of I don't know when. It just happened and got fixed. Texture detail only really affects the detail of people's sprays. So if you have it on low, everyone's sprays are going to look like garbage. If you have it on medium, everyone's looks fine.
okay.
So you ready to go?
Yep.
Alright, you're going to notice this difference instantly here with medium effects.
There's the rock.
This rock, man. Look at that.
Didn't even stand up yet.
Sorry.
Now, does the hitbox flip like the rock does, or is it
Yes.
stationary?
It
Okay.
flips. It goes with the rock. Although it stutters. I have a video on it. I'll probably link it to you after this too.
I'm assuming it's easier to crouch, but not necessary.
Probably, yeah. Probably be better to crouch always for skating rocks. With the exception of if you're dealing with a tank that's on the same level as you.
Okay.
Right. Let's do one more. Very nice. Alright, now a couple things to go over here with tank rocks. Alright, so basically, of the 3 rocks, all 3 rocks, they have half a second of God frame when they leave the tank's body, so meaning that for about half a second you can't deal any damage. Meaning, again, if you're too close to the tank, you can't skeet the rock. One of these rocks, however, the one-handed rock, is actually a cheating rock. It actually leaves the tank's body, it teleports slightly forward from the animation. So stand on the side here and watch these rocks, and you'll see that there's a small jitter for the one-handed rock. So here you have a two-handed rock that leaves my body in a smooth manner. Let me see if we can get another hand here. Here's another hand. Again, it leaves me in a smooth manner. Now watch the one hand. Watch it jitter. Do you see?
Yeah.
It's like it tugs, kind of. And that's because it's leaving my body slightly farther from the animation, meaning that it covers more ground while God framing. To put it simple, if you see a tank on the ground picking up a one-handed rock, you should probably look for cover rather than trying to skeet it, because this rock is really hard to skeet. Right? Another thing is that AI tanks get longer God frames on their rocks, significantly longer, like maybe, I want to say about 1.5 seconds of God frames on their rocks. That's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why AI tank rocks are really hard to skeet. Alright, so any questions on rock skeeting?
This effect detail, it's making that smoke effect, isn't it? When you shoot a rock,
I think
like
so,
a
yeah.
cloud.
Yeah.
I guess it's only difficult to deal with if the tank has a low cooldown.
Well, yeah, low cooldown, but they don't in Pro Mod.
Right.
Yeah. The one in the rock.
I was trying to get through the smoke screen so I could see your next rock.
Somewhat. Yeah, I know, right? But you won't have to deal with that in Pro Mod. Alright, so... Alright, the last thing here. So this is going back to the left-footed 2SI being made so poorly. I don't know if like this was intentional or something, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the models really quick. Alright, so I just stopped the models. You can see I'm kind of like ice skating here, not even moving.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically what I'm going to show you here is that the left-footed 1SI, they take a percentage of their total health, or of their current health, in damage when you melee their feet. So let me show you here. So here we have a hunter. It's going to take me up to a shove threshold to kill him, which is 5. You shove a hunter 5 times, they die, you know, after 5 swings. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And then here's a smoker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think I aimed too high there. It's usually 5. Alright, and then here's the boomer. So 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be 4 since he doesn't have any more health left. Alright? But if you bring up the left-footed 2SI, it's still the same idea here. And then here's the jockey, etc. So only the left-footed 1SI take a percentage of their current health when you hit them in the feet. So this means that whenever you're like a hunter or a smoker, so let's see if we can try and do it here. I'm going to disable shoving here really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and run at you, I'm going to jump. So let's see if we can try and imitate it here. So, get down on the floor. Alright, so just melee me with your melee weapon.
Okay.
I'm going to jump.
Oops.
So again, that's fine. Keep going. You're aiming too
Swing
low. Oh no! Just try and swing at me normally.
You want me to hit your legs, right?
No. You just swing at me normally.
Or kill you?
Eventually,
Okay.
eventually you'll hit my legs. Like there, see? I'm now at
Yeah.
63 health. So when you're in the left-footed 1SI, if you're going in for scratches, it's a good idea to jump. Just jump around a lot. Eventually, sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll hit your legs. Sometimes they'll hit your legs twice, and you're able to get in 3 swings.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's useful.
Alright. So, any other questions?
No.
Alright. Alright then, so if you have any kind of questions left over, now would be the time to ask it, because this is pretty much everything I cover on the 101 lessons.
I just need to work on my map experience. I don't know how to attack or where to go in.
No, you'll learn that a lot, and you should get that in Left to Learn. If the mentors aren't giving you like ideas where to attack, then they're not doing their job. If they're just telling you go in or something like that, then they're not doing their job.
Okay.
Alrighty. Alright, so if you have no questions then we'll go ahead and call it here, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, thanks for your help. That was really helpful.
Alright, no problem. And to the people watching, thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something here. And thank you, KevSham, for letting me stream this.
Thank you for your patience.
Alright. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.